Another first-timer to the stage. We're real excited because this guy, too, is a bit twisted. Our next comedian, chicken rancher. We got a little bit of everything. Visiting Fairbanks and just trying to warm up a little bit. Please give it up for Kurt Willis.
Good afternoon, Fairbanks. How are you out there? Anybody here from beautiful downtown Willow? I didn't think so. You know, Willow is where the women are gnarly and floss is optional. They've learned that you don't need floss when you have one tooth. And the proof of the gnarly women, did you see the other day an 85-year-old woman beat a moose off of her husband with a shovel? And I believe she still has most of her teeth. Yep. Sorry about that. Women in Willow tend to like to go natural. They don't shave their legs, nor their armpits. But I understand that most of the beavers in Willow are bald. I don't understand that. Seems to be inconsistent. In Willow, we have 3 churches for every bar. It hasn't always been that way, but the bars tend to continually burn down. Now, I've heard of churches burning. I've never heard of people burning bars. And that kind of throws the ratios off. And so now the big theological question in Willow, among all of these religious people, is, if I divorce my wife, will she still be my sister? Yep. I hang out in Willow with my Labradoodle. Have you ever seen a Labradoodle? Gorgeous little white fuzzy dog, part black lab, part poodle. And I named him Willis, mostly to honor his black lab heritage, so I could say, "What you talking about, Willis?" Before Willis, I had a golden doodle. That's a golden retriever poodle. I'm hung up on the poodle thing. Never get a dog smarter than you. That's the problem with the poodle part. Well, I named my golden doodle Earl. I named him after my father because I had all kinds of pent-up issues with my dad, who died in '88. And so with the dog named Earl, I got to finally say things like, "Don't shit there, Earl." "Bad Earl." "Do that one more time, Earl, and I'm going to drop you off at the pound." Just before my dad died, he was convinced that the minute he took his last breath, he'd be in the arms of baby Jesus. But there's no evidence that actually proves that point yet. So we're going to have to wait and see. But Earl, being a poodle, smarter than me, leaving my window in my truck down a little bit, dove out the window, scampered in front of a car, and I think he's now in the arms of baby Jesus with my dad. Dead puppies, that didn't go. It didn't have much trouble with my dad being dead. What the flock's with that? Anybody here raise chickens? I live in Willow. It's 35 frickin' degrees below zero, and I'm raising chickens. And you guys don't raise chickens? Did you know I got the chickens in the summer, and then when it got colder, I realized they don't have plug-ins. And if you go outside, you'll notice that you guys have to leave your cars running all the time, and if my chickens stop running, I get frozen eggs. really hard to scramble. When I got the chickens, I always thought chickens went, "Quack, quack, 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 quack." My chickens, when I go to get the eggs, open up the little door, they go, "Close the flocking door. Were you born in a barn?" Which is funny because they were born in a barn. Which is also funny because whenever they say the F word, it comes out flock. Which is really funny because I have flocking, talking chickens. It's pretty darn impressive. Yeah. Did you know that animals held in captivity weigh 50% more than animals that live in the wild? That's why you have never seen a moose in the wild with a huge ass. You ever thought about that? It's true. Moose in the wild, their asses are very petite. I've also observed that most women in Willow must be raised in captivity. So, if you ever drive by Willow, swing in. I'll fix you up some frozen eggs.
Kudos, ladies and gentlemen.